America's housing market is not suffering from a single unified crisis. It is fracturing along four distinct regional fault lines simultaneously. On the coasts, runaway insurance premiums, rising replacement costs, and spiking tax assessments are significantly outpacing income growth, forcing longtime homeowners into involuntary sales. In the Sunbelt, fixed-income retirees face mounting pressure from institutional bulk-buying investors, which systematically depresses local valuations and traps older populations in distressed sales. Across the Midwest, a chronic shortage of entry-level inventory forces working families to bid on deferred maintenance properties, paying peak market prices for dilapidated homes. And across all regions lies the threat of rate sensitivity. The moment mortgage rates drop, pent-up demand floods into thin markets, instantly triggering bidding wars that detach home prices from local incomes. The root cause linking all four of these fractures is a structural failure of local inventory buffering and pricing mechanisms. A free market cannot self-correct when there is almost zero inventory available to trade. In these constrained environments, broken pricing mechanisms do not fix themselves. They simply compound the damage over time. Stabilizing these housing markets requires treating housing as a mechanical financial lever. The National Neighborhood Price Stabilization Protocol, or NPSP 2.0, is a universal, highly adaptable tool designed by municipalities to execute exactly that intervention. To understand the intervention, we must establish the baseline condition of a legacy or a Midwestern market. These are neighborhoods dominated by aging, deferred maintenance housing stock. These markets suffer from the comp trap. A severe lack of active listings eliminates buyer alternatives, which wildly distorts local property valuations. In a 40-home neighborhood with thin inventory, a distressed house commands an inflated price because buyers lack alternatives. This purchase masks severe liabilities, like a failing roof and HVAC. Appraisers use this broken house as the baseline, artificially setting a false valuation ceiling. Standard urban planning often assumes this older housing stock acts as naturally occurring affordable housing. The mechanical reality proves the exact opposite. Forcing working-class buyers to pay peak market prices for massive, immediate repair liabilities is not wealth building. It is wealth extraction disguised as homeownership. The municipality's primary countermeasure is to strategically build a very small volume of right-sized, rigorously standardized new homes. The architectural parameters of an NPSP 2.0 home are strict. They are no frills, 1,150 to 1,550 square feet, and built with high-quality materials designed to outlast normal market cycles. We tactically insert 10 new pattern book homes onto vacant lots within that distressed 40-home grid. These move-in ready constructions create a legitimate clean comp. Appraisers must now credit the new home's pristine condition, forcing them to systematically deduct value from the older distressed stock. To prevent the new homes from overshooting what local incomes can finance, the protocol requires strict pricing discipline. New NSPSP homes cannot be priced more than 12%. Mandates dual independent appraisals for the first 18 months. This protects the newly established baseline from being skewed by a single anomalous underappraisal. By providing the missing high-quality data point, a city can actively engineer local real estate valuations and deflate neighborhood bubbles without requiring massive ongoing subsidies. This brings us to the universal threat of rate sensitivity. When mortgage rates drop, pent-up buyer demand instantly overwhelms then local inventory. Even a minor drop of 100 basis points causes sidelined buyers to flood the market simultaneously. Prices spike rapidly, simply because there is nothing to buy. To counteract this, the municipality establishes a pre-release pipeline, which acts as a physical shock absorber against sudden demand waves. Cities must maintain a 3-tier inventory state at all times: move-in ready homes, framed homes, and shovel-ready lots. The rate trigger release protocol governs this. If interest rates drop past a designated threshold, finished homes are instantly deployed, completely bypassing political delays. This pre-staged pipeline provides a mechanical 60 to 90-day response cycle. In contrast, a cold start private construction cycle lags by 12 to 18 months, leaving the market entirely exposed to the demand shock. Maintaining a physical inventory buffer prevents temporary macroeconomic shifts in interest rates from permanently inflating local home prices beyond what the community can support. Establishing clean comps and building high-quality homes introduces a critical vulnerability. The stabilized neighborhood immediately becomes a prime target for institutional speculators. Layer 1 of the NSPSP Defense Protocol implements categorical bans on LLC and entity purchases, enforced rigidly at the closing table before the deed transfers. Layer 3 utilizes strict resale restrictions and shared appreciation covenants. These provisions mathematically eliminate the incentive for short-term flipping by ensuring windfall profits are clawed back into the program fund. Executing the first phase of this protocol requires initial targeted public gap financing to cover the difference between construction costs and depressed neighborhood values. This chart maps the phased financial life cycle. In Phase 1, the municipality absorbs a large subsidy gap. As clean comps pull valuations upward, the gap closes, hitting break-even by Phase 3. Later phases generate a surplus, converting the initial grant into a self-funded community trust. NSPS 2.0 treats federal and municipal funds as temporary seed capital to repair a broken market mechanism. It is deliberately designed not to be a permanent entitlement program. NSPS 2.0 is designed from the outset to be a temporary municipal steward. It is explicitly engineered to exit the market rather than transform the local government into a permanent developer. The primary success condition occurs when private builders re-enter the neighborhood. With local comps restored, developers can finally construct homes without requiring any subsidy. The secondary success marker is visible when existing homeowners resume making investments in their own properties, because the corrected neighborhood valuations finally justify the expense of a new roof or upgraded windows. When these conditions are met, the exit protocol triggers. The municipality packs up the legal framework, the revolving capital, and the pattern books, and redeploys them to the next distressed grid. True housing stability requires a disciplined steward. It takes deliberate action to engineer the right comps, buffer the macroeconomic shocks, and bridge the financial gap until the local market can stand on its own.